now for what's trending at 5:30. No Halloween parades or celebrations for one school in Pennsylvania. Parents got a letter from school officials restricting the fall celebration. The policy says that the school system will not sponsor or support the celebration of Halloween parades, Halloween parties, or dressing in Halloween costumes. Some parents and children say they're upset about the changes, while others say they're pleased.
We're going to get into that more tonight at 10 on the CW Augusta. In the meantime, the happiest place on earth making big changes to its policies for visitors with disabilities. Disneyland and Walt Disney World Resorts will no longer allow guests with disabilities instant access to rides. Disney is making the change after reports of able-bodied people abusing the policy, including some wealthy visitors who apparently were hiring disabled people to pretend to be family members so they could skip lines. In a statement, Disney said, quote, "We are modifying our current program so we can continue to serve the guests who truly need it and for whom it was intended." Close quote.
It's sad that the people who really need it, as they say, get penalized for others who are using it just to get over.
Special place in you know where for someone who would pay a disabled person to. Then again, there's the other, I heard another person give the argument that, you know, if the disabled person can make the money off of it, who are we to tell them they can't, you know, make it back?
So
I just think it's the whole thing's horrible.
Yeah.
All right, there's this email. Have you heard about this? A fraternity at one Georgia college, it ain't the University of Georgia, and one of their members says it's not a very big deal.
It's really, as a whole, it's really not that bad.
Well, apparently that is up to the eye of the beholder. An email from a fraternity on Georgia Tech, ding ding ding's campus, called Rape Bait has gone viral. The email explains how to talk to women at parties, get them drunk, dance sexually with them, and then have intercourse with them. It also says, quote, "If anything ever fails, get more alcohol," end quote. A former pledge says it was all just a joke, you know, just locker room humor.
Recess, as it once was, will forever change. Students at one middle school will not be able to toss the football. Nerf ball is in. Hard soccer balls, a thing of the past, along with baseballs and lacrosse balls. Even rough games like tag or cartwheels, that cannot be played unless supervised by a coach. The superintendent says the change in the policy is due to a rash of playground injuries. Some parents say it's really about liability and lawsuits.
We talked about this last night at 10 on the CW Augusta, and you had a wonderful take on it. Care to repeat it?
I don't remember what I said.
You said we're raising a generation of?
Oh, wusses. Oh, yeah.
There you have it. Yep, absolutely.
I had a little help from George Myers. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown him in there. I said it by myself. I won't.
She added the last word. He said that we're raising generations of.
I'm sorry, George didn't say anything. Send all emails to John Hart.
Please, as if I don't have enough. All right, go to WJBF.com right now. We'll continue the conversation for our internet viewers only during the break. And then?
He's 3 years old and he's already chipping hole-in-ones.
Yeah, we're going to introduce you to this toddler who's giving professional golfers a run for their money.
But first, another type of smartphone is coming out, but this one has an unusual feature. Stay with us.
Looks like a great night ahead, mostly clear skies and cool tomorrow. A great beautiful Thursday, warming up as we head towards the rest of the week. Your forecast next.
Back up live streaming on WJBF.com for our internet viewers only, and interrupting Kim's game of Candy Crush.
No, I wasn't really. Don't text and drive. Don't text and do the 5:30.
What do you want to talk about?
We had a lot of great talkers. What about this rape bait? Actually, when I was reading it, I kind of chuckled to myself and thought, I wonder if John could have used this in college.
Well, it's
funny. Snag a woman.
I could certainly use advice on the last part. The first part, no, not so much. I did the fraternity thing for a while when I was in college, and you know the stuff you hear and see. That's not too far out of the scope. I think the phrase "rape bait" is what really set off red flags, yellow flags. What color flags do you use when something's?
But why would you put it in writing?
Great question.
Would say that. You would
well,
say
I
it.
wouldn't,
No,
but
not you.
I'm
but
sure
I'm just
people
saying,
have. Yeah, no.
If you're going to do something like that, say it. Don't write it down.
These days, you got to be smarter. Of course, these are college kids, you know,
Yeah.
and so you never know how at 18 years old how smart or dumb they're going to be. But what'd you say, our director? Yeah. But you know, when you put something in writing, they don't realize that it goes everywhere as
Right.
permanent. Especially when you put it in an email form, it can go all over the place. So I'm pretty sure that'll be the last time he put something like that in writing. I'm not condoning what he said. I'm just, you know,
It's not the first time
it
you've
ain't
heard
the
it,
first
and,
time,
yeah,
that it's been heard or
common
thought
knowledge.
of. Right.
I did hear somebody say, be careful what you write when you're at work on the computer. Emails, I don't know, Facebook, anything that's viral, because it will hang around forever.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? If you put something bad out there, it inevitably will come back to haunt you.
And if you're going to look for a job
Yeah.
or something like that, and heaven forbid you want to run for office or something at some point, it's all
Good
still
night.
going to follow you around. How much time we have?
No
30
Halloween.
seconds. No, Halloween. We're going to get into this tonight at 10 o'clock. I'll give you a spoiler alert here. I'm not a huge fan of this.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you know, kids should be allowed to be kids.
I hear you.
Go ahead.
Some people just didn't want it for religious reasons. but-
Yeah, well, in that case,
Like,
some people might
well.
not want Christmas because do you know how Christmas started?
It is a pagan holiday.
Yeah,
I do know
we'll
that.
talk more about that
Yeah.
tonight at 10 o'clock.
I think celebration of trees or something.
In the
like that.
meantime,
All right.
George Myers, weather's next.